But I just want to make sure that you get the survey for Uber so we can report how rude she is. To pull over on the side of the road and say, get out of my car.
Ma'am, we have...
Yo, what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be taking a look at yet another Karen, one of the worst Karens I've seen in a while. The Karen species are already genuinely deplorable people most of the time, but this Karen has got to be the lowest of the low. I actually had a different video planned for today, but when I saw this, I just knew I had to make a video on it. This insane Karen got her Lyft driver fired because she was told to wear a mask. I wish I was making that up, but sadly, I'm not. But without further ado, let's take a look.
You're taking a picture of me. It's not illegal to take pictures.
It's not at all, but I need
there's
to
also
prove
not a
that you
mask
have a
mandate.
It actually, when you request a ride,
I didn't
it's
request a ride. The
it
dealership
doesn't
did.
matter, ma'am. Regardless, you have
So
to have
I'm
a
wondering,
mask.
So how come the driver yesterday didn't force me
That's
to wear one?
not my problem.
But to ask
I
me to wear
enforce the
their shirt or their
rules.
face,
I'm
you should
asking
have
you to,
masks.
ma'am. I'm just
You should
simply.
have masks.
It's not my
You should
responsibility
have
to make
masks. If
sure.
you're that scared of a fake virus, you should have masks.
Ma'am, can you get out my vehicle, please?
A Karen that believes the virus is fake. Shocker, I know. We're over a year into the pandemic, and you'd think that some Karens would come around and start wearing a mask. I mean, it's not hard. This is a very simple task to perform here. Even a 6-year-old can put on a mask. The Lyft or Uber driver isn't your mom. They don't have to prepare anything for you. Go to the store, buy a mask for $1, follow the rules. It's not hard.
You should have masks.
Ma'am, can you get out my vehicle, please?
Hey Steve, it's Micah. So the Uber driver is forcing me out of her car.
Ma'am,
Because I won't wear a mask. And she wanted me to put my shirt over my face.
That's actually pretty generous considering the circumstances. If I was the Uber driver, I'd just tell you to put on a mask or get out of my car, no hesitation. So the fact that Karen was even given a second chance here just makes her all the more worse.
Yeah, but I just want to make sure that you get the survey for Uber so we can report how rude she is. To pull over on the side of the road and say, get out of my car.
ma'am, we haven't even gotten anywhere. I'm still right where I picked you up at.
Apparently it's rude to ask someone to wear a mask. I wonder how miserable and boring this Karen's life has to be for her to do this. She woke up that morning and thought, you know what, I'm gonna get someone fired from their job. Someone who's working hard to make ends meet during a pandemic. Let's get them fired for doing absolutely nothing wrong. The driver doesn't even have a choice. It's mandatory to wear a mask in an Uber or Lyft. There's only one word to describe people like this Karen, and that word is pathetic.
Ma'am, we haven't even gotten anywhere. I'm still right where I picked you up
You haven't
at.
taken me back to where you picked me up, have you?
Ma'am,
You haven't taken me back where you picked me
you
up,
could
have
just
you?
walk across the street. That's where we're at. Like,
you
it's
should-
like
you're-
right there.
No, it's actually
Ma'am,
around
I'm
the
not
corner.
trying to argue with you. Can you please step out my vehicle? I'm glad you think it's a fake virus. Can you just step out my
That's
vehicle?
Okay. I mean, so she's pulled out of my office.
No, I didn't.
No, I'm sitting. I just wanted to make sure that I'd have another ride. I would. She's actually really rude. And I think it's funny you started recording after you started interacting. It's funny how that works, huh? Yeah,
Can you
want me
please
to?
get out my vehicle?
but can you make sure that you report her, though? I want to make sure you do.
Thanks for...
Alright, so this is where the Karen encounter officially ended, but not where the story ended. There's still some more juice to this drama, and I know what you're thinking. Did this Lyft driver actually get fired? It's absurd to even fathom that she would lose her job for simply enforcing a rule. Also, being as polite as possible, the Karen keeps calling her rude, yet this has to be the most patient Lyft driver I've ever seen. 90% of people wouldn't have been as patient as her. Anyways, let's find out from the Lyft driver herself.
So I definitely didn't expect anyone to see this video or really support me. But I do have a couple updates. My account got taken down. My account got put on hold as a result of this Karen. Little did she know, I was diagnosed with MS January of last year. That's kind of how I ended up moving to Atlanta. So not only do I have serious health issues that I care about, I pick up a lot of people that I take to dialysis, to their chemo treatment. It takes nothing to wear your mask. But now, as a single mother with a chronic illness who doesn't want to be working but has to work to provide for her child, I can't work. Thanks, Lyft. Yeah, and their reasoning is because I recorded her without her consent, and as you see, she gave me the okay. Not that I needed it. Georgia's a one-party consent state. but I don't have a job now.
Just when I thought this Karen episode couldn't get me more pissed off, it did. Turns out the driver did lose her job with Lyft, which is absolutely shocking from Lyft. I actually thought that was the end of the story and this Karen was gonna win, but if there's one thing I believe in, it's karma. Sweet, thick and juicy karma, and I'm happy to say that that's what this Karen was served not long after this video was posted.
How did you guys manage to find her whole name and all her information? Like, I'm speechless. But this goes to show when the masses get together what is capable of being achieved. On a side note, there's a saying in my language, technically faith-based, but nonetheless, "Sharrin at yarrana mayad de borusi debiti." The ill you intend for someone today will be returned to you tomorrow. So, in other words, what goes around comes around.
They found out her real name, they found out where she worked, which I don't support, but like she said, what goes around comes around. The cherry on top of all this was that the internet pulled a complete Uno reverse card on this Karen. Karen lost her job, and the Lyft driver got her job back, so it's a happy ending. It's hilarious to think that all she had to do was wear a mask. That's all, and she would have still had a job. This Karen video is the perfect example of why we need to record every Karen incident. Guys, get your phones out, get a dash cam on your car, because who knows what would happen if some of these Karens weren't caught on footage. This innocent Lyft driver would have permanently lost her job if she hadn't recorded this Karen. Anyways, I think that's gonna wrap up today's video. Thanks for watching. Drop a like if you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for some more juicy videos coming soon to the channel. And until then, stay sexy. Peace.